What's going on, guys, and welcome to the draft analysis for not my team actually, but for Scefs team called the New Zealand Septile. I don't know why I'm doing this, but probably because I have too much free time. So yeah, well, let's go right into his team. So first of all, he drafted Palkia, and Palkia is an excellent mon. You can see base 150 attacks, gonna hit like a truck on everything. This mon also has 100 speed, which is also good bulk on everything. 120 attack is a little less, but it's still nothing to be messing with. If you look at its coverage, it's also amazing. I don't know if it can use the Lustrous Ore. I'm not sure, but if it can, it's just Step gets 1.2 extra, which is amazing. You know, so it has like water, some fighting coverage, good ice coverage. I mean, it's water type. Every water type is ice coverage, ground coverage, fire coverage, more fighting coverage. Rock coverage. I mean, this one has every coverage that's probably in the game or something. You tend to see lots of different coverage on these ones. It also has some rock coverage, as I don't know if I've mentioned before. Let me put that out. Also, bug coverage with Fury Cutter. You'll know the best bug move in the game. Yeah, well, and things like Shock Beam and Thunder for extra damage, but I think it gets Thunderbolt as well. So Palkia is a really good first turn mon. Then second turn he drafted Infernape. Infernape gives him a good speed tier extra, 108 base speed, gives him a fire type to mess with the grass types and the ice types, which can one KO Palkia with free shock. So that's why Infernape is really good. Gives him a U-turner, to get like Palkia in, because you want to get Palkia on the field and you want to do it freely. So if you can U-turn on the switch, you can rank Palkia and bob something with a very hard attack. Infernape is very versatile, as you'll probably know. It gets like good flare blitz and stuff. It can run both physical and special. Grass knot, thunder punches are things you need to look out for. You can even run stealth rocks, to get rocks on the field with a sash, where you can set up the rocks first turn, go to your sash, and then you endeavor something. And then you can like mark punch or vacuum wave. You can do loads of different things. Encore, fake out. Focus Pass, Gunk Shot. This one has amazing coverage. Poison Jab, Shadow Claw, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Will-O-Wisp. You can do anything. You can even slack off with it. You know what? So he gonna be running this set all the time. We all know it. He's gonna be running this. Best Infernape set, to be honest. No, but Infernape is a really good one, and it fits his team really well. So next round he picked a Mega, and the Mega he picked was Mega Metagross. Mega Metagross is one of the best Megas, or at least one of the best Megas that was left. It's in tier 2, so it only takes away 40 points instead of 60. So, and well, if you look at these stats, HP is decent, attack is really good, defense is amazing, special attack is still pretty good. It's above 100. Scef is good and speed's also really nice. So this one hits like a truck. It can Meteor Mesh, it can EQ. The normal things you're gonna be seeing are like Meteor Mesh, Hammer Arms, Bullet Punch, Earthquakes, Zen Headbutts, maybe Ice Punch, Pursuit, Rock Slide, Stealth Rock sometimes, but it can also run Thunder Punch, Trick. But I mean, if you have like this massive physical wall, let's say like, I don't know, let's say some kind of Regirock, but Regirock like Pokemon that doesn't doesn't get wrecked by Meteor Mesh. You can also run special because it has 105 special attacks that you can just fire off like a Grass Knot. If you put it on power, very powerful Grass Knots. Psychic, Sludge Wave, Sludge Bomb, Flash Cannon, Shadow Balls, Psy Shocks, Signal Beams. It just gets lots of coverage, really good. So his speed tiers are already doing pretty good at this moment. So next up, I think he drafted Alolan Ninetales. Excuse me for having a cold. I'll just do it like this because I can't type for some reason. Alolan Ninetales is in tier 2, and you look at the stats. Its speed is good, so he has like all speed from 100 to 110, really well covered. Its speed is good, and its stats are kind of decent, but not really that good. The only reason Alolan Ninetales isn't in tier 4 is because it gets snow warming in Auroraville. Light Clay Auroraville is just like, yeah, okay, for 8 turns, you take half damage on everything. That's just really good. Like it's like a reflect and a light screen in one. You can even run Auroraville and have something else set up the field. But like this is really good for setup. Like Nasty Plot and Fernape, which destroys with this coverage, or Swords Dance and Fernape. Or like this thing's got swords. You know, I think you can run like Bulk Up or something. Home Class, that's what it is. Home Class Mega Metagross also does a lot of damage and can't really get hit hard because of the Auroraville. That's why Ninetales Lola is such good value. I think next he picked up Scolipede, and Scolipede is really good because you would say it has 112 speed, so you're still in the same direction, but it gets speed boost, and there are a couple of Scolipede sets. You have the SD Mega Horn like EQ Poison Jab like set that just sets up Swords Dance, and then its speed keeps getting higher and it just kicks ass. I think you can still Battle Pass if you only pass speed and nothing else. So, well, you can just, you know, protect first turn, set up a sub next turn, you know, even set up a Swords Dance. Does it get Calm Mind or something? No, probably not. And then Battle Pass, and then Battle Pass. You can't Battle Pass the Swords Dance, but you can Battle Pass speed and stuff into your Scolipede, or you can Battle Pass speed into something with Scolipede. And well, I mean, Palkia speed is disgusting. So is Metagross. So is Infernape. So is Choice Specs Ninetales. So really good choice. Next up, I think he drafted Crocodile. Crocodile is really good because it can run offensively, but also with the Intimidate it has decent special bulk. His team kind of go wrecked by, how do you call it, the electric type, so that's probably why he got Crocodile at this point. His defense is kind of lacking still, but I mean, he's running more of an high profile team, so this gives him an extra Stealth Rocker that actually really well uses Stealth Rocks well. Crocodile can run the Scarf set with like Moxie. Can run the Intimidate set because, well, Intimidate's always good, and it can use Anger Points for like, how do you call those things? These birds, you know what bird I'm talking about. The one in Gen 4, the flying normal type, the pheasants. That always crit you. Well, you can just run Crook with Anger Point, and then if you have a little bit of speed, you just kill everything. No, but you can run like things like Beat Up. No, but like good sets are like Knockoff, Pursuiting, using like the Discover it should get, and just Stealth Rocking, or like Scarfing and just clicking EQ and getting increasing in power EQ. So that's why Crocodile is really good. Also good for Pursuit Trapping, like these nasty Psychic types, which are pretty good wolf to Infernape, and also cool wall Metagross. So that's Crocodile's a good one. Next up, I think he drafted Gengar, because I'm not sure about the order, but I'm just guessing. Gengar is really good. Gives him the 110 speed, which his team doesn't really go above 110. But well, that's not a problem because he can speed ball. So Gengar just gives him, you know, we have like Infernape can be both, and then the rest is like kind of an Palkia special, and the rest is kind of limited to attacking. So this man just wanted to know, the choice specs Gengar it just blows things back. Sludge Wave does so much damage, so does Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is not that high of a base power move, but it still does a lot of damage. You can hit things with Focus Blast. You know what Gengar does, and it does it well, and you can trick. So even Dazzling Leap, you know what that Gengar does, and it does it well. So that's everything I have to say about Gengar. I think next up we grab Lycanroc Dusk, because well, speed tiers aren't really like he now has 110, 210, and 310. Lycanroc Dusk still really good, gives him extra priority. So now he's priority on Inferno with Vacuum Wave, Mach Punch. I think it gets Quick Attack or something. Priority on Lycanroc Dusk. I don't know if Metagross gets priority, maybe Quick Attack, but he has like decent priority now. Accelerock is really good priority. Stone Edge, you still need a rock type anyway. Stone Edge does a lot. It can Fire Fang steel types. It can Drill Run steel type, which actually gets boosted by the tough class. So this one just does lots of damage. Has some nice tech, but it's overall good. Next up, he decided to grab Staraptor, I think. And Staraptor is really nice for his team because it gives him a hazard remover, which he didn't have already. So like it's really limited on hazards. Staraptor has two main sets. The first is the Intimidate, Defogging, U-turning, Roosting, the Intimidate bulky boy switch in. And the second one is like a Reckless, Choice Scarf or Choice Band, Brave Bird, Double Edge Spammer, and that just does lots of damage and everything. So yeah, Staraptor is really good for just doing massive amounts of damage, so that's why I definitely agree with him picking Staraptor. And next up, I think we drafted Porygon Z. Excuse me, I'm really cold. Porygon Z is one of the best breakers in the format, if you ask me. 135 special attack is always really hits like really hard, but with adaptability, this one just fires off try attacks. Gets a 20% chance to catch a paralysis, burn, or freeze, and this one just nukes. If you're in choice specs, okay, what the fuck is this? If you're in choice specs Porygon Z, you will just do loads and loads and loads of damage. Well, I mean, you can just grab kills as much as you want. So his tier 4 was going to be Mega Sept, or yeah, no, his tier 4 is going to be Electros. I don't know how to write this. Electros, is it right? Yeah. Electros giving a Levitator that doesn't lose to rocks because he doesn't really have good switching. And he has this one's weak to ground, this one's weak to ground, this one's weak to ground. He has a lot of weakness to ground type. This one can Volt Switch, U-turn, Acid Spray to lower defenses, Toxic, Giga Drain, you know it. Everything is, well, this one just hits really well. Knockoff. It's just a bulky boy that takes hits and does damage in return. So, and it's like a good pivot as well to get his threats in. And last but not least, he draft team captain Sceptile. Sceptile is his first month to pass 112, which could be a problem. But Sceptile is a good special attack stat, decent attack stat. It can run unburdened for some reason, which it definitely needs to lose it. It needs to lose its item. Yeah, this month can just click Giga Drain, Focus Blast, things like Earthquake, Dragon Claw and stuff. This one just does decent damage. Rock Slide does decent damage, has good speed, and gives him the grass type he needs. So that is the it doesn't get defog right now. Okay, so that's the draft analysis for the New Zealand Skeptiles. Well, I did it for him because he's lazy, and well, see you all next time. So like my judgment on this team is it definitely lacks hazard removal, but the thing is this You know, if you look at this team's bulk, he can run Crocodile as a bulky mon. Electros is bulky, and he can run things bulky, but it's just a hyper offense team, so it's probably not going to be that much of a problem. This is just one of those teams that runs 3 specs and just breaks walls. So I'll see you all next time, and until then, goodbye.